Well, everybody, it's that time of year. It's hot, it's humid, and I don't like it. I do not care for the summers here in South Carolina. I really don't. But do what you do and make do with what you got. So we're in a bit of a heat wave down here in South Carolina. It was really hot and dry yesterday, and then we had some thunderstorms come through, and now it's really hot and humid. So we've got some dishes to take care of today. We are back out on the farm property, and these ditches are overgrown. They are in bad shape. So we got a lot of work to do. We got to mow all the ditches. Hopefully I can get this done. Typically it takes me somewhere between 2 to 3 days. Getting a little bit of a late start today because of road construction. And I had to put fuel in this thing, and then the battery's dead. We had to jump it. It's been a bit of a morning. I had to hook up the brush cutter, bleed the lines to get it to hook up. It's just been a morning. So let's take a look at what we got, and then we'll get started. All right, we are running the Tamaguchi. So this is the owner's machine. He bought this a few years ago, and when I come down here to mow the ditches, I use his machine. And so we're running a Rut Manufacturing, I think this is the brush slayer, I believe. It's the EBE 36, it's 36-inch brush slayer, I believe, or brush eliminator, something like that. Pretty good little head. I don't particularly prefer this particular head for mowing ditches. I'd rather have, they make a more what you would call like a, this is more for like brush and not really for like this grassy stuff mowing these ditches. This is more for like bigger stuff, like 2, 3, 4 inch material, but it works on these ditches just fine. I'd rather have the style that they make that's more like the MTL for doing this particular application. Not to say this one's bad, but it's not the best for these ditches, but it works, and it actually does leave a really good finish. You just have to be really careful not to put this nose into the ground, which can be a little difficult. But this is a TB235 machine. It's a 3.5 ton, 26 horsepower, 27 horsepower, something like that. So we got these ditches, and they are just overgrown. Dog fennel, cane grass, all kinds of mess. So this one goes way on down. We have to do both sides of this one because it's massive, and then we got some other ones along the back side, and then we'll come around and we got another big canal ditch to do on the other side. So we got a lot of ditches to do, so without further ado, let's get started.
Perfect.
with this ditch mowing. It's looking good. Trying to get this tall grass and weeds and junk knocked down off the sides and out the bottom of this ditch. One of the problems that we had before we replaced the culvert up there at the driveway, so if you guys haven't seen that video, it's pretty cool. Last year, Greg's guys came, I was here with them. They rented my U55 from me. They came in and we replaced the culvert at the driveway with a 36-inch concrete pipe culvert. Because what was going on was I would mow these ditches, and the old culvert was two like 16-inch culvert pipes, and they were really small. And so what would happen was it would rain, and all these old grass clippings down here in the bottom of the ditch would go that way and flow to those pipes, and they weren't big enough to let those grass clippings flow through, and they would clog up the pipe and just cause a mess. So now with that bigger pipe, that's not really an issue anymore. I mean, that's a 36-inch pipe, it's huge, and these grass clippings go through there a lot easier. The water goes through there a lot easier. I mean, it's just a whole lot nicer thing. The old culverts were, they must have been made a long time ago, because they were 4-foot long culverts, and I don't even think you can get 4-foot stick anymore. And they were coming apart at the seams and they were undermining the driveway and causing holes, and it was just becoming a mess. So we got a nice new culvert up there, and it's allowed these grass clippings to just kind of drain on out off the property here down this ditch. Trying to get to the bottom of this ditch here is it's a little difficult, but we're making do. One thing I like about this brush cutter over the MTL, it is very quiet. It is a very quiet brush cutter. It runs a little bit different motor that isn't quite as efficient as the motor on the MTL, but it is a lot quieter. It's a 90-degree gearbox motor, like what you would see on like a bush hog on a PTO tractor. So it basically has a shaft that comes in and then goes down like that in the gearbox, where on the MTL it's just a straight downward shaft out of the motor into the blade carrier. So just a little bit different design. It's quieter, but it's a little less efficient, and it doesn't quite give you the RPM of the other one. But it's more than enough to knock down this grass and make this ditch look good. I try not to hit the sides of the ditch, but it's almost impossible because the grass is so tall you can't see really where the grass ends and the ground begins. You just have to be as careful as you can. But it's kind of a pain. Dog fennel's all tall through here, grown up. What I need to do is, so the owner's got he's got I don't know, it's probably a 60 or 70 horsepower John Deere tractor, farm tractor. back up at the shop. Really nice tractor. What I need to do is go out on the Facebook Marketplace and find him a used side cutter bush hog for that tractor, and then we could just drive along these ditches with the tractor and hang that bush hog over the side and just make quick work of this instead of having to do it like this with this little brush cutter. But this does the job. But he's got a lot of ditches on this property. Now that side cutter, I don't know, depending on the size of it, you could easily do the sides. I don't know about the bottom. I don't know what the reach would be. It would do that bottom. I don't know. This Takeuchi's got pretty good reach for its size. It handles the weight of this brush cutter pretty good. I don't think this brush cutter weighs a whole lot. But we are making it down this ditch 1 foot at a time. We're getting close to the end. Try to get one more ditch done today before the end of the day. I hope so. That's my goal. To have this job done by the end of the day on Thursday, or no later than Thursday, sometime on Thursday. That would be good. And we can move on to some other stuff that we've got lined up. I've got a lot of projects lined up right now. I am wide open. But that's good. That's a good problem to have, no doubt. So we'll get to the end of this ditch and take a look and see what it looks like. So stay tuned. We're getting close. Okay, that looks pretty good. Got the whole, like I said, I was coming this way, but the whole right side of this main ditch all cleaned up. I need to go back around and do the other side, but I'm gonna work my way around because we got some other ditches over here too. I'm gonna clean this little bit right here up on my way down this path. And then we got another ditch that comes just right next to the pond. It kind of skirts that and goes on down. And then I got this little section here. That's the property line there. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. It took right out about 5 hours to go down that line. It's a long ditch. It's a long way, a couple hundred yards, 300 yards, something like that. So we'll get this a little bit cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and start on that other ditch and try to get as much of that done before the end of the day. We had a little thunderstorm come through, but no big deal there. Got a little bit of rain, got a decent bit of rain, nothing crazy, but enough rain to make it all wet and mucky out here. This is all clay out here, most of it, and so when it gets wet, it stays wet. So let's hop in the machine and keep on keeping on till the end of the day. Well, I think that's it for today. I got about an hour drive back to the house from where I'm at down here on this property, so got to go get the dog and try to get this video edited for tonight so we can get it up tomorrow. So tomorrow in the morning I got to put some fuel and some grease in this thing. She really needs some grease, and we'll try to finish this ditch. And then we got this run right here. This is a long one. It's not a very big ditch, but it's long, and it has got a lot of water in it too. I don't know if that came from that rain or what, but she's got a good bit of water in her. So we got this one, and then this one tees off into that big ditch that's in the another big ditch, like a canal that's in the back there that runs down the length of the property that way. And then we still got that other left side of the big ditch we did over there. So we still got a good bit of cutting to do. I don't know if we'll get all this done tomorrow. I'm thinking probably, I'm hopeful by the end of the day on Thursday we'll have all this done. Get this done, that done, and maybe the other side of the other ditch over there, and then that'll just leave the big canal ditch for Thursday. Yeah, I think that hopefully will work. So all right, well, I'm gonna track this thing all the way back up to the hill, and we'll get her set up for tomorrow, get some grease and some fuel in her, and we'll keep on keeping on with the ditch mowing and keep slaying this brush. I'll check you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.